In this video, I'm going to reveal you a video ad script that we're using for our meta ads that helps us generate leads for only just $20 a pop, and we're selling high-ticket services that cost upwards of $10, $15, sometimes even $20,000, and our ROI on our ads is literally in multiple hundreds of percents, and some campaigns even bring us 1,000+% ROI. And this video ad script can work pretty much for any platform, whether you run it on TikTok, YouTube, Meta, which stands for Facebook and Instagram. But in this specific video, I'll talk about the use case and application for meta ads, which is again Facebook and Instagram ads. And I will not be holding back. I'll show you 3 specific things. I'll show you the actual template with an example. I'll show you how you can use the template and AI to generate a script of your own. And as well as I'll be showing real life examples of other businesses that are running profitable campaigns, including some of my clients as well, and are basically making tons of money with this video ad script. And in case you're wondering who I am and why you should listen to me, my name is Nazim, and in the last 10 years, I've made my clients over $40 million in sales, and I've ran millions of dollars in paid traffic, and I'm still doing it for clients. And this script is basically a most recent development we've made in the last 12 months, and it's probably the most trending thing that you can use in your ads right now. So without any further ado, let's dive in. So the first thing I want to do is actually take you to my share screen, to a Google Doc that you'll be able to just copy paste in your business, and I'll show you how the actual ad script looks, how it works, and the specific elements in that ad script. All right, so as we can see, we're in my Google Doc, and this video ad script consists of 5 parts. By the way, this video ad script should not take you longer than 90 seconds to record, maybe 2 minutes, but I would never recommend that you go above the 2-minute limit for your video ads. Typically, 60 to 90 seconds makes up a sweet spot. Now, if I zoom in on this and if we get started, the first part of any good video ad of any ad really, is calling out for your audience, right? The reason why it's so important to call out for your audience is because when people come across your post, they want to immediately identify if it's for them or not. And if we're looking at this example, which targets SDRs, which is basically, which stands for Sales Development Representative, so sales reps, if we're targeting sales reps, well, we're going to open with, hey, are you a struggling sales development representative and you're tired of not hitting your quota? I would even encourage you not just to call out your audience, but call out for a segment of your audience that are specifically experiencing an issue. So if you're selling to moms, for example, that are having a hard time teaching their kids math, well, then you're going to call out for moms that are having problems or having issues with their kids teaching or learning, rather, math. So we're going to call out, in my case, for struggling SDRs, and then we'll move on to the next part, which is we're going to either very quickly promise them to overcome a problem or achieve a certain outcome. So the way basically people's brains work is they see a message, they identify that this is for me, and then the next reaction is, what's in it for me, right? And obviously what's in it for them is either overcoming a problem or achieving a goal, or most typically both. And we're going to say, if you watch this video, there's an 80% chance you'll not only hit, but also supersede your next sales quota. What is the most important thing for sales development representatives or sales reps in general? Is hitting their quotas, quarterly quotas that their sales managers put on them. And just from my example of working with clients who sell to SDRs, I just know that this is literally the bane of their existence. The biggest struggle is hitting a quota, which updates every quarter, right? And if they don't hit the quota, they get booted out. So this is part number 2, and then we're going to move on to part number 3. Again, they identify this for me. They see that there's something cool in it for them. And then the next thing that they are curious about is, hey, what kind of proof you can bring to me that this actually works? And then we also have 2 options here. And option number 1 is to give them a testimonial reel, or like some quick examples of people who it works for, or we present social proof, basically our own accolades and achievements. And in the example I showed you, you'll see both. Oh, there's a mosquito flying around. So if we're going to give a testimonial reel, we're going to go. I'm going to start again from the top and go down. Hey, if you're struggling SDR and you're tired of not hitting your quotas, then listen up, because if you watch this video, there's an 80% chance you'll not only hit but also supersede your next sales quota, like Brian here, for example, who used my sales method to go from chronically underperforming to become a top 5% of the SDRs on his team. Or you can say, and hey, look, in case you're wondering how I know all this stuff, I get it. Only 10 years ago, I was exactly in your shoes, underperforming until I discovered, and then you move on to the next step, right? Or you can say, like, I was 10 years ago in your shoes, but now here I am, and I have my own sales training company, and as an SDR, I made like 250K. I was making 250K per year, right? You get the gist. So now what we want to do is we'll move on to the next part, which is actually showing them the method, right? So what you want to do is then you want to show them that you have a certain framework, a unique framework around your method, because if you just say, hey, I'll teach you how to sell better, that's not going to work, because these days on the internet, like, marketers are doing a good job of packaging these products and services, so you want to stand out as much as possible. What you want to do instead is look at everything that you do for clients and turn it into a multi-tiered framework, and then you can call it MOC. So for example, for one of my clients who is an actual sales trainer, we developed MOC methodology, which stands for mindset, opener, and then conversion. And because we present it this way, it looks like a unique methodology, something that's different or maybe even better than what competitors sell. And so going back, you want to talk about how the method works. And then last but not least, obviously, you want to give a call to action, right? So if we, again, look at it from top to bottom, you want to call out for your audience. You want to promise them to overcome a problem and achieve a dream goal or target. You want to show them how it works, that it's worked for you or your clients or both. Then you want to tell them about how your methodology works. Let's say you should probably spend good half a minute explaining how it works, make it sound unique, and I'll show you how. And then you want to give a call to action. So the whole thing should not take you more than 90 seconds. I bet you, I just don't want to waste your time on this video, but if I read through it, it's probably going to take me 90 seconds. Now, you might be thinking, Nazim, this is all cool, but I'm not a copywriter. Like, how am I going to write all this copy on my own? Well, in this day and age with AI tools, luckily you don't need to hire a copywriter to create something that works. I mean, at least the first couple of drafts, and then you can optimize it as it goes. But to develop a script that's going to be relevant to your business, we're going to go to Claude. A lot of people like to use ChatGPT. I don't like using ChatGPT for copywriting. I use Claude. And if I look at this conversation thread, you will see a prompt that I gave him. I said, I need you to use all the prior context. And the prior context in this chat with Claude is I basically gave Claude, I took my phone and I pretty much just talked into it, and I said everything that my client does. I also uploaded client testimonials, how our product works. It took me like 5-6 minutes to essentially feed to Claude everything that there is about our methodology. And then I gave it this very simple prompt, and the prompt goes like this. I need you to use all the prior context to create a video ad that's 90 to 120 seconds long that follows the following script. Now, this script is more simple because for our video, I decided to add a bit more context to it. So you can just pretty much copy paste this and paste it. And then this is what Claude came up with. Let's read through it together. So it says, this is not what I wrote, right? This is what Claude wrote. And it says, if you're a sales rep, SDR, or BDR who's tired of dreading cold calls, getting hung up in the first 30 seconds and barely hitting quota month after month, this is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to transform your cold calling from your biggest fear into your biggest advantage, even if you've tried everything else and nothing has worked. And then you go like William Clark here, who says my training helped him give structure, which made it far easier to remain consistent and not get lost during cold calls. And this is like actual real testimonials I fed to Claude. Or Jessica Driver calls it a game changer that creates a safe space to step up out of your comfort zone with confidence, right? So here's how my mock sales methodology works. And then this is where I basically describe how the sales methodology works. And then pretty much I say, hey, look, this methodology took me from this point to that point. And, if you're ready to stop dreading picking up the phone and calling, this product specifically teaches people how to call well, then says, hey, click below and go to the next page to learn more about methodology. So as you can see, Claude pretty much wrote up, and by the way, this took it 30 seconds, and this is just the first draft. What you can do with AI, I'm pretty sure you know it by now, is you can keep refining and talking to the AI and refining certain parts of the script, and lo and behold, after 10-15 minutes, you should have a couple of variations. You can even feed it a couple of hooks and say, hey, some of my clients are struggling with getting over cold calling anxiety. Some of them don't have cold calling anxiety, but they get shut down too quick when they make the cold calls. And some of them are struggling with making enough time in the day to do cold calls. So develop me multiple unique hooks, but keep the body and the call to action of the ad script the same. And if you do that, then Claude is going to write you essentially 3-4 ad copies that you can record. It's that simple. But this is not the end of the video. What I also want to show you is actual real examples of ads, how they look, and what you should really aim for. All right, here we are. We are in the Meta Ads library, and I am looking at page of Jeremy Miner. I follow his content quite a bit. I think he's great at what he does. And let's look at one of his ads. I'm going to click on the ad. I'm not sure if it's going to play the video, like play the sound or not, but there should be subtitles for you to see. So let's click on it, and then let's see.
I became the #1 rep in every industry I sold in B2C and B2B.
So
I eventually became one of the top
he says I became #1 top performing rep, sales rep. So sales reps watching this video are going to stop and identify themselves in this video.
Those people in the world from any industry selling anything based on the size of one thing, my commission checks. You want to get big commission checks? Now, it didn't take me long to start realizing that the way most salespeople have been taught to sell doesn't really work that well.
You want to get big commission checks? So this is basically stage number 2, where he promises to achieve a goal outcome. And he also kind of banged out the third part of the script as well, where he already gave social proof that he's done it himself before. So there's the display of social proof. And now he moves on to the part number 4, where he's going to talk about his methodology.
Right? And from that, NEPQ was born. Now, you might have heard it. Neuro-emotional persuasion question. That's the science-backed method that works with human behavior that makes your prospects sell themselves. So no pressure, no awkward chasing, no fake urgency. You know what I mean? And I started closing deals left and right as a rep just like you. Companies like Google, Comcast, Exxon, United Healthcare, a lot of other companies, tens of thousands of reps in all industries, including yours.
So it's interesting because he's mixing it up. He still uses the elements in the video ad script that I just gave you. These are just basically elements, right? And I laid them out to you so that it's convenient to you as someone who's trying it out just for the first time. But as someone who's probably experienced recording ads, he freely mixes it up. Like he can put the social proof in the second step instead of having it in the third step. And then he can basically lay on it once more if he feels like he should do it. But basically you can get creative. The video script that I gave you, the order, I think it's good if you're just getting started, but as you go, you can mix it up, and you can even sometimes repeat the same element multiple times over, such as, for example, social proof.
They're using my methodology to close far more deals than they ever thought possible. So if you're ready to stop playing the blame game, if you're ready to stop winging it, dabbling in it, or thinking you know everything about sales, because I know you are, you're a smart person, then click the link below to get this copyright.
Okay, so
here, the NEPQ black.
It's a physical product, so he's going to take a bit of time to basically show what the black book looks like. By the way, I ordered it. It's great. But look at the timer here. We're already at basically 70 seconds, and he's pretty much done with the call to action. It's probably going to take a bit more time to talk about the black book of sales.
Black book of questions today. You can have it in the next 2 to 3 days. We've already had a bit under 108,000 salespeople.
Right. So he basically is going to talk about the book, and he's going to add a bit more urgency. And the video goes on for 1 minute 50 seconds. Like I said, you can go up to 2 minutes easily and still have a great ad. But this is basically it. I mean, this is just one example that I showed you. There's many of them. And next time you are on Instagram or Facebook, I highly encourage you to stop scrolling when you see ads, especially when there's like a talking face into a camera, and then look and take notes at how they deliver the ads, the structure. But definitely this is a structure that you can start with as soon as today, and you can start selling your high ticket services. If you're in the coaching space, consulting, agency, even SaaS, like if you're selling a service where you can either obtain clients online or you're delivering your service online, you can 99% of the time use this ad script regardless of your niche, as long as you are running ads, again, either on Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. That's it for this video. Please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to learn about the best marketing funnel that you can run Facebook ads to, then click on this video here, because there I talk about a funnel that's consistently bringing us dozens of red-hot, cheap, high-ticket leads every month that we convert again for upwards of $10, $15, sometimes even $30,000. So click on this video here, and I'll see you there.